Hi guys, this is Ashley back with Lumefinity. Today I have a tutorial showing you how to make this Eeyore. I had posted pictures. I have Eeyore, Piglet, and Pooh tutorials to do. I had posted a picture and took voting to see which one you guys wanted to do first, and Eeyore had won. So today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make him. Just to let you know, we are going to make the ears a little bit differently, and I'm using a little bit different colored pink. But it'll still look similar to this. Today you're going to go ahead and you're going to want to grab some supplies. Eeyore takes about 160 to 165 gray rubber bands. It's up to you whether you want to use a light gray, a regular gray, or a different color. That's up to you as well. You'll need 6 black rubber bands. I'm going to be using 14 of the skin colored bands in order to do the snout today. If you look up pictures of Eeyore, a lot of them will actually have this in like a skin color. If you don't have skin colored though, you can use white instead. I'm also going to be using 32 of these light shades of pink for the ears instead of doing them so dark. I actually got these out of the Rainbow Loom skin package. One of the colors is this very pale pink. So I'll be using that today. If you don't have this colored pink, you can use a regular colored pink if you would like. So if you want to go ahead and grab your supplies, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to go ahead and work on today would be the snout. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my skin colored bands in order to do that. We're going to start up here on the top pegs, and we are going to be using double bands. So starting from the top, I'm going to use 2 double bands on the left, 2 bands in the center, and 2 bands on the right. 2 more bands coming from the left second peg to the center third, and 2 from the right second peg to the center third. And then we're going to join that there in the middle. And we're going to cap this off. We're going to wrap 2 times to create 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. And we do need 1 holding rubber band, so we're going to take a single, double it, creating a triangle in the center. And this is what you should have. Go ahead and grab your hook, and we're going to start looping. So go through the capping band, grabbing the first 2 bands, going to the center, back through the capping band, grabbing these 2 bands going to the right, and the last 2 going to the left, and then just going in these and going straight up. And once you have done that, you can go ahead and remove it from the loom. And we're going to set that aside for later. The second thing we need to make would be the hind legs. We'll be using gray rubber bands for that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make one. I've already made one myself right here. So I'll show you how to make one. And then you'll just need to pause the video and make your second one, or you can go back and watch it again to make your second one. We'll be using double bands. We're going to start from the top peg on the right, coming down twice with double bands. And then for the third one, we'll be using 3 gray bands. And for the last one, 3 gray bands. And then we want to take a double band from the middle peg, the second peg, to the third peg. We're going to go ahead and cap the bottom twice to make 3 loops. So 1, 2, 3, and we are ready to loop that up as well. So go through your capping band, grabbing all 3 bands. If you need to, hold your capping band down so it doesn't go with it, and bring it forward. Bring this one forward as well. Now this one we are actually not going to bring forward. We're going to go in here and bring it to our left, to the left 3rd peg, and then bring this one forward. We are then going to remove this from here and hook it to this top peg. Push this to the side, and then go into here and bring this one up. And that will give you your hind leg. So go ahead and pause the video, make a second leg just like this, and then come on back and we'll work on the next step. Okay, the next thing that we're going to go ahead and make would be the ear. We do need 2 sets of the ear. I already made 1, so I will show you how to make one of them. You can pause the video and make a second once we're done. You will need your gray bands, and this is where I'm using the light skin colored pink that was in the Rainbow Loom skin package. We are going to start on this top peg here with 1 single band. We are then going to come from the center 2nd peg to the left 3rd peg with a single band, and the ear has all single bands. And then coming from the second peg in the center to the right 3rd peg. We are then going to come down the left-hand side 4 times with single bands. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And repeat that on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then bring it to the center with a single band. Then we are going to fill in, so using your light pink or regular pink, whichever you're using, come straight down the center with single bands. And then we're going to create vertical bands. They're a way to fill in the color so that we're not losing any of the pink in the middle. So starting on the 3rd center peg down from the top, the 3rd one, you're going to go in diagonals all the way down. So from the 3rd center to the 3rd left, and repeat that 4th center to 4th left, 5th center to 5th left, 6th center to 6th left, and 7th center to 7th left. And repeat that all the way down the other side. Once you have done that, you're going to place a capping band at the bottom. You're going to loop, we want 3 loops, so 1, 2, and 3. And this is what you should have. Once you have that, we are ready to start looping, so go in through the center capping band, bringing the middle pink forward. Go back in there, bringing your left gray onto itself and your right gray onto itself. Now most people at this point, their habit would be to go straight up, but we actually have to work the sides first. So you're going to go in here, grabbing this pink band and bring it to the center. Do the same thing on the left. And now we can go in and grab the gray and bring it up. Do the same thing here, grabbing the pink band to the center and bring the gray up. Now don't bring the last gray band forward yet. Now we want to go back down to the bottom and bring the pinks all the way up. So go inside all of the bands. Now once we've come here, stop again and come back and pull these up. We want to pull the outside gray bands last. If we don't do that, you won't have a border all the way around to the top. The pink would actually be showing straight through, so we want to create that border on the outside. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and release it. Try to be gentle since they are single bands and it's kind of tight in the middle. And there's our ear. So go ahead and pause the video and make another one of these. We will need 2 of them, and then when you come back we'll work on the tail. Okay, so now that we have our ears in place, let's go ahead and work on the tail. In order to do that, we're going to be using gray bands, and these will all be single double. So take a single gray, double it, and you're just going to do this coming down 8 times. Okay, and then once you're down there, you're going to grab your black bands, and you want to grab 4 or 5. It's really up to you on how many you want to put on here, because we're creating the tail, so it's just really how bushy you want the tail to be. And what you're going to do is just loop them twice onto this cap. And it's going to be a lot of bands, but that'll be alright. And then the other thing that we need to do is create the bow. So down right below here on the bottom, this is where I would use to create my bow. You actually want to take 2 pink bands on the bottom, and you're going to create a figure 8 here in the center. And then you want to take a single gray rubber band, and you want to double it and place it on this peg to the right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to reach underneath here and grab these bands, the double bands. And it can be a little tricky to grab them both. And pull them under and back over. And you're going to create a slip knot, so grab the 2 bottom portions of that band and bring it onto itself. And this creates a little bow, and you want to go ahead and leave this on your hook for now, because we're actually going to go ahead and loop it onto here. So once you have this in place, you have your bow on your hook, you're going to reach into all of these bands, grabbing the 2 bottom grays, and use your fingers to hold those capping bands in place. And then on this one, you're going to pull it forward and go ahead and pull the bow onto this band, just like this. And then you can loop up the rest. And then once you're at the top, we can go ahead and take it off. I would suggest pulling it from the bottom. And here's his tail. Now, if you prefer a longer tail on Eeyore, just add more double bands to the top or bottom, wherever. You can make it longer. It really depends on your preference as far as that goes. Alright, we have one other part to make before we can start on the body, and that would be the head itself. We'll be using gray bands for that. We're going to start at the top of the loom with 2 gray bands, and we're going to actually come on a further diagonal. So from the top center peg to the second peg on the left, and do the same thing, top center peg to the second peg on the right. We are then going to come down 2 with double bands and repeat that on the right. And then we're going to bring it to the center. And then we're going to fill in the center as well with double bands all the way from the top. So top first to second, second to third, third to fourth, and then the last one. Now at this part we want to add some of the attachments that we made. We're going to go ahead and add our ears. So you want to grab your ears, and they're going to go on the center or second peg down on the left and the second peg down on the right. You just attach them to those pegs there. And we also want to create our eyes. So you're going to do that on the hook. And what you're going to do is take single black band, loop it 4 times, or create 4 loops on here. Grab a white band, you're going to single double and pull it back onto itself. And then grabbing a gray band, single double, and pull the white through that. And you're going to place that from the third center peg to the left third peg from the top. And that creates one of the eyes. I'm going to do that again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Single double white. And a single double gray. Place that from the third peg down on the right to the third peg down in the center. Okay. Then we want to place some crossover bands. So taking a single gray, you're going to single double across here in the triangle. Single double across the eyes, and a single double across here. And this is what you should have. And we can go ahead and start looping. So oh I'm sorry, we also need a capping band. Can't forget that. And we're going to loop this 3 times on the very last peg. So go into the center here. Make sure you grab both bands and bring them forward. Next 2 bands to the left, and the next 2 to the right. And then you want to stop here. push everything down because now we're going to attach his snout. Now if you look at the snout, when you pulled it off, each set had 4 bands, so we're going to be placing them here, here, and here. And you can just look at the way it came out when it was looping to see which way is up. Like this way is up for me. If you look here on the bottom, this one has almost like a circular pattern, so it doesn't quite look correct from the bottom side, but this side has a more even pattern. So I'm going to place the first 4 bands here. The second 4 go on the middle. And then the last 4 go on the left. And that is what you should have. From this point, we can go ahead and continue looping up. So go into this side, you're going to get just these bottom 2 bands all the way underneath. Bring them forward. And then we're going to go straight up the middle. And I keep grabbing one band. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and take a gray rubber band, go through all of these bands, and create your slip knot. And then we can pull him off the loom, his face. And there's Eeyore's face. We can fix his eyes a little bit. And that's his face right there. And we're going to set that aside, that it will attach to the body. Now as you can see, these ears look a little more floppy, a little bit different than these, because Eeyore does have droopy, floppy ears. So this is the design that we're actually going with as opposed to this. These look more like a rabbit to me. Alright, so we are now ready to go ahead and place everything on the body, put the body layout out. We're going to be starting at the top of the loom with gray rubber bands, and we will be using double rubber bands unless I specify otherwise. So starting from the top, go to your left, 2 bands to the right, two bands, 2 bands. We're actually going to come down a total of 6. So 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. And do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to come down the center from the first to the second. This is 2 bands. We are now going to switch to 3 bands. 3 bands, two bands, 3 bands, and 2 bands. And then we want to come from the center peg to the left, and this center peg to the right. And we want to go ahead and finish off creating the legs. So from this pin here, we're coming down with 2 bands, 3 bands, and finishing off with 3 bands. Repeat the same thing on the other side. So 2 bands, 3 bands, and 3 bands. We're then going to cap off these 2 pegs, creating 3 loops. So 1, 2, 3 on both sides. Okay, from this part we're ready to go ahead and start attaching some of the body parts. We can start with the hind legs. If you look at your hind legs, there's 2 sets here of 4. So we're going to be attaching these on the first peg at the top and the second peg at the top, from the top. So starting here, we're going to take the first 4 bands of this leg, and I'm going to hook them to here and to here. The other 4 bands will go over here. And repeat the same thing on the other side. Just like that. The tail will go on the first peg at the top. And when you place this on, we don't want to place it upside down because this is actually Eeyore's back. So you want to make sure the bow is facing up when you place it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start looping, and we want to stop in this area here in order, oh no, we need to place our crossover bands. Sorry about that. Okay, so starting at the top, we're going to be placing a single from the second peg down, so a single from here to here, a single, another single, then we're doing a single double right here, and another single double right here. And this is what you should have. Now we can start looping. Alright, so let's go in under the capping band, grabbing all 3 bands, and there goes my cap band. And bring it forward, and you can go ahead and bring this all the way up to here. Do the same thing on the other side. And should hold the capping band down so it doesn't slip off. And then coming in, grabbing the first 2 bands, bringing those to the center, next 2 bands to the center, and then bringing these up. Now we want to go ahead in here, grabbing this band, these two bands here, bring these forward and stop right there. That's as far as you want to go. Go ahead and push stuff down. Now we can grab the head, and on the bottom of the head there was the capping band when we did the head. Go ahead and stick your hook through that, and you're going to hook it to the 6th peg from the top, this one right here. We're going to go ahead and place the head this way. So he's should be looking at you. And once you've done that, you can go back into that peg. And remember, there's 3 bands here, so grab the 3 bands and pull those on, and we can go ahead and loop straight up the center. Okay, come back down here, right next to the head. And remember, here we have the leg bands on, so you want to go through all these bands, grabbing only the bottom 2. Same thing on this peg. And don't forget to do the left. Now take a single gray band and go through all these bands. Now what you can do, instead of just creating a regular slip knot, you want to, before you hook it to this, stick your finger through this one, take his tail and pull it out. Stick your hook, there's a hole right here, stick your hook through there and grab the other band, pulling it through, and then create your slip knot. Just like that. Once you've done that, we can go ahead and start pulling them off the loom. Okay, and he looks a little flat right now, so we're going to do some work on that. But this holding rubber band, what you can do from there is wrap it around the base of the tail, go up underneath, and hide it back in here. There you go. Now we want to take our hook in here. You can go from underneath. I'm sorry, from the top. And pull those to make his leg go down. So You're essentially just looking for the bands where they joined into the body itself, right here. And do the same thing on the top. And now he should sit up for you. You can also take the band from when we created the head and hide that as well, unless you want to leave it out as a charm. And there he is. And thank you for watching. I do hope you like him.